Hey, my name's Ollie. People call me GAWP, or I called myself GAWP. The reason I called myself GAWP was because 2 years ago I made a track and I played it to a friend, and I was sat in my studio and I said, "What do you think of this?" And he just sat there and gawped at me, and I said, "What are you gawping at?" And that's where the artist name came from anyway. I don't really have a specific style, but it's very bass driven, a lot of low end, chunky. It's taken me a lot of years, a lot of tracks to get to where I am now. Well over 10 years, didn't have a clue. I just twisted knobs and didn't know what I was doing. I've been a big fan of Dirtybird for years. They were a label I looked up to, and they were kind of the only people that I was inspired to, so I just sort of like became a fan almost at first and thought, right, I'm gonna aim to be signed to these guys. So I played the Dirtybird festival last year, and I got to meet some of the guys over there, and we got chatting, and I didn't be a super fan and go, "Oh, here's my music," and you know, I didn't start kissing him and like getting him to sign my boobs and stuff. Kept in touch ever since, and then, you know, that kind of thing. The best advice I could give anyone is just persist with your sound, try and carve and create your own sort of unique style which would fit in a bracket of the label, but don't hound them. Don't say, "Oh, here's my tracks," you know, don't hound them that way. Wait until you feel confident and ready that your tracks are suitable, and then send them the appropriate way, like through the demo, like the demo box. Keep sending them your tracks, but also don't just chase them up on personal Facebooks and go, "Oh, have you listened to it yet? Have you done this? Have you done that? Check out my tune, mate." Brand image is everything. It's just as equally as important as your music. You know, that's why a lot of artists have false names or not real names. When I start a track, some days I don't know, some days I'll just bang on the desk, record it in, and then mangle it, and then just get inspired from that. And then the other days I'll sit and listen to my favourite tracks, and I'll think, what have they done there differently that I wouldn't do in my productions? How I look at it is I get like a recipe. I get all the ingredients sometimes, all the sounds and samples, and I create those and do my research, and then I'll put them all together, and then I'll go, "Oh, actually that'll work with that track I've been working on," or this, that, over. And that's kind of like how I do it, but a lot of it's experimental as well. It's not really like formulated or planned. Being unique is quite difficult. I think one thing that really helps me is being indecisive, because I'll do something and I'll think, "No, it's not right," so I'll do something else and I'll think, "No, it's not right." I'll just keep trying and experimenting, and then something will click and I'll go, "Oh, actually," whereas I wouldn't have come up with that if I hadn't have been indecisive. My goals in the future are make loads of music that I really love, and I'll still love playing after about 6 months later, once I've made it, once it comes out. Just collaborate with artists that I inspire to, or people that are similar sounds to me. Coming up, I've got the Dirtybird Barbecue release, my Prime Society tracks on that Secret Ingredients compilation. I've also got a couple of tracks coming out with Mark Spence and Mr. Nasty himself. Matthew Anthony, I've got a collab with him, Perfect Driver, Head Honcho. I've also got something coming out on Tough Love, Get Twisted label, that's out in June. Sonny Wharton's Wartone as well, I've got a collaboration with Jimbo on that, and yeah, many other bits and pieces. So many I can't remember them all, so brush my teeth, especially for today. Mastering is really important. If you do not do it, you will die. It's so important because, you know, everyone makes their own tracks in their own rooms or studios, and every studio is so different. You know, so something you might not hear in your room because of you know, cancelling frequencies or something. The mastering engineers, they're so used to their rooms and they're treated, and they're high end, you know. They'll hear something, or they can correct problems with your mix and things like that. So it's really important that it goes to a different set of ears as well, you know, so they'll hear things that you might not have done. I've used Label Worx just because they're affordable, you know, the sound guys, which really does help, you know, just great to work with, get good feedback, and the services are brilliant. It's like I haven't got any sort of like commission for saying this. I just genuinely use this, you know, I use the guys, and the services normally don't get it as good as Label Worx.